Practice, practice, and you guessed it, more practice. And that is kind of the name of my game. As you know, I do this daily, and I know I say that daily because I make these daily. And one of the reasons is practice, right? Um, we don't get better unless we practice. And how do we get to where we want to go? How do we learn something new? Well, I kind of need to practice. And so that's where I am. That's most of the work, right? That's the work part of it. The looking for opportunities, the editing, the uploading, those are, easier tasks. And I could talk about that all day long. But one of the hardest things that we can do is, I think, sacrifice our time to do something else, right? And we have so little time every day to focus on various things. And how do we spend that time? And so, when learning something new or doing something repeatedly, um, it eats up a lot of that. And so I think, how do you balance all of that? Where do you find the time? Well, for me, you can't. I don't look at it as a chore. I look at it as a way to get better and learn, right? So, as I've said before in other videos, practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes progress. And that's what I'm doing every day. That I get up, grab my camera, I get my setup, and I take a walk. It's repeated practice to better myself on this goal that I have. And, I don't know why people watch, if they do watch, or if people find value in this. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, this is for me. Yeah, would it be great if people out there enjoyed the content? Of course it would. But at the end of the day, this allows me to get better at what I do and how I do it. And so yesterday, huzzah, no clicking noise. So hopefully today my audio is also good. And we learn and we take with that and we grow. But a question I had for anyone that may be watching, what are you working towards? Are you showing up every day and doing something? Did this daily ritual I started 3 months ago helped spur anything, or etc., etc.? So just curious. But yeah, it's Saturday. It is January 17th. We're 17 days into my 365-day journey, and I'm putting in the work. It's a non-work day, but as my new title states, there's no days off, right? Every single day is something I can do to work towards my goal. And they don't need to be these big things, whether it's rehearsing with people from my acting class, like I got to do yesterday, which was great. We have a scene coming up on Tuesday, and, we're working on that, breaking down scripts, going through lines, working on intentions, and just getting familiar with the work. And practice and practice and more practice. And eventually, throughout more practice, we'll get better. And we'll find more moments. We'll find a better way to play something. We'll find a way a word hits differently. And so, yeah, that's where I am today. I'm going to enjoy my day. And then I'll maybe spend a little time this evening looking at maybe some more opportunities and trying to find some more projects for 26. So I hope you took a step today towards a goal that you're working on. And if you didn't, there's no better time to start. So, once again, thanks for walking with me. Remember, you don't need the whole path today, you only need one step. Have a great day. I'll see you on my walk tomorrow.